Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente, Thursday, May 7th, 2015. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, here's a trend. It's really early in the morning over here. And we're doing the trends in the news because I got to check out. Got some business to go to. Anyway, I wanted to give you a full trends in the news before I left. And here's the big news. The elections in the UK. We're going to see what happens, but what happened in Canada yesterday is very important. It shows the power of the people to stand up to the imbeciles that are destroying their lives. So bravo, Alberta. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And it could happen everywhere. And overnight, over there in Asia, stocks aren't doing so good. Asian stocks remained in the doldrums on Thursday, hit by a confluence of factors, which includes a weaker finish on Wall Street overnight, growth worries in Australia, and jitters of tighter margin trading rules in China. Well, why should they have tighter margin rules? Let everybody gamble for free like they do in the USA here and other countries. The Nikkei was down 1.23, and the Shanghai down 2.75. That one's way overblown. Australia, S&P ASX 200 extended Wednesday's plunge to close at a 3-month low. On the domestic data front, the Australian economy lost basically 3,000 jobs last month. They expected to create 5,000, significantly lower than the 37,000 jobs added in March. It's a slowdown. And oil prices, you know, they're pretty stable. They're back up there, getting right in time over there for the driving season. And the other reason, of course, is the destabilization going on between Yemen and Saudi Arabia, the destruction of Syria, the madness in Iraq, the ongoing war in Afghanistan. The Yemen issue is really big. Yemeni forces capture 4 more Saudi military outposts. And the UN rejects Russia's call for a Yemen ceasefire. The United States is against that. What we see going on in Yemen is going to spread, as I said, into Saudi Arabia, and that's a big one. Because if there's an attack on the House of Sauds or House of Cards, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be ugly. And especially with all those Yemenis working in the Saudi oil fields. And on more good news, another Syrian group charges that U.S. airstrikes killed more civilians. Only about another 31 children, 64 adults. Hey, but what happened over there in Texas, huh? Yeah, they tried to get that anti-Muslim deal that they put together over there to inflame the passions against the people. Could you imagine? Let's have a cartoon series of let's go after Jesus Christ. Yeah. See who could paint the most grotesque cartoon about Jesus Christ, and see if you don't get someone that wants to blow the people's brains out that are inflaming this issue. This has nothing to do with free speech. If you want to poke it, man, it's going to come back at you. But hey, who cares about all the dead civilians? Brought to you by the United States, France, the Arab League, England, and the rest of the mass murderers, including Turkey. Overthrowing this country that's done nothing to anybody, just like Saudi Arabia is doing to Yemen. Listen to this. Iraq turmoil today, a consequence of 2003 invasion. Ex-UN chief Annan said, "You cannot disassociate the situation in Iraq today from U.S. intervention in 2003. Because not only did the intervention take place, but they dismantled the Iraqi army, which was the tool of Saddam to maintain law and order." No kidding. Intervention, overthrow, murder, slaughter of 1 million people. Does anybody get it? It's created the conditions that exist, and they keep on doing it. The world is moving to war. How much more evidence do people need? Hey, Gulf states. Holland discusses security. Oh, hey. Oh, Holland in a new book came out. He's been supplying them rebels with more weapons to slaughter people throughout Syria. What UN? It's a nothing. It's a front for murderers and psychopaths. And the United States, the Gulf nations are all asking for more armaments, and they're all supplying it. Death and destruction. That's the way of the future, I say. Mortars and rockets hit Saudi city on border. Son of a gun. Could anybody see where this is going to go? It's going to more war and destruction. One after another. And speaking about bombs, another bomb train blew up. Yeah, one of them nice fracking trains over there in North Dakota. Destroyed an area, but it was a rural area. Who cares? And you should hear the BS coming from the same people you would expect it to come from. Both the industry and the front of an organization that they call the Federal Railroad Administration. Get this straight in everybody's head. The people that are overseeing these administrations for whether it's railroads or oil drilling, they're nothing. They're nothing organizations. I was in D.C. for several years. They are little tiny organizations with little people in there. And they're not protecting us from anything. Today's incident is yet another reminder of why we issued a significant comprehensive rule aimed at improving the safe transport of high-hazard flammable liquids, said Sarah Feinberg, the Federal Railroad Administrator's acting administrator. Yeah, a bad act. A real bad act, but they're all bad acts. Hey, just blow the hell out of every place. One of these things are going to go off and destroy another major city or a small city like they did up in Canada last year or 2 years ago. And the same thing is going to happen. Here, check it out. Oil companies and railroads said phasing out cars too quickly will result in a shortage of tank capacity and hinder the flow of oil from North Dakota. So what? Can't hinder us, man. We got money to make. And these cars, it's at least the 6th oil train accident in North America this year. And like several of those previous incidents, it involved newer generation of tank cars that were built to be more durable. The new tank cars are as bad as the old tank cars. And the new tank cars, they have until 2020, 8 years, to replace them. Yep. And like several of those previous accidents, it involved a newer generation of tank cars that were built to be more durable. The railroads are rotting. The nation is rotting in front of our eyes. And people up in Canada, in Vancouver, have courage. You better stand up to these people because they're going to give you a lot of baloney about, well, it's a federal regulation, and that's a lot of crap. They can do anything that they want, like bomb other countries. and robbing you more of your rights. Investigators do not need search warrants to obtain cell phone tower records in criminal cases, federal court rules. Yeah, you could be innocent, but they could call it a criminal case. And the federal court, it's another organization that's as useless as the other ones in protecting we the people. And speaking of we the people, you're seeing some things happening. Announcement today, Whole Foods to open chain for millennials. Wow, that's great. What could it be? They're trying to change its reputation as a grocery of fresh foods at high prices by opening separate chain of lower price stores aimed at millennials, because millennials have no future, because the country is going down the crapper, they got lousy jobs, and they don't have enough money to buy anything. That's what's going on. Hey, how about a dollar store for Whole Foods, huh? Yeah, give them like that much or something really good. Or feed them crap. Let them eat crap. That's my campaign slogan. Yeah, a McDonald's in every basket. That's right. Get them plump. Fill them up with garbage. The same thing is going on. Macy's is doing the same thing, opening up cheaper outlet stores. Everything is going down in this country. Quality, quality, quality is gone. And I have to say, it's not a sign of the times. It's a sign of all of the times. We're posting a link on here of a video taken immediately after the fall of Germany, after the Russians and the Americans occupied it. It's heart-wrenching. The mass destruction. And I tell the story when I came back from Berlin. On April 27, 2012, is when I bought the Franz Roggen House, the first of the 3 historic buildings I bought on the most historic corner. Because I was looking to leave the country. But in being in Berlin and looking at it and seeing these beautiful old buildings and all new ones that were destroyed by their madman in chief, and the people not fighting back to stop it, we had enough. I came back here and I bought that building. There was a for sale sign that went up when I was away, because I was looking to leave the country. And I realized you can't run. There are 2-bit freaks everywhere. And I'm not here for anybody else's trip to tell me how I should live my life or go to war. Especially the Huckabees, the Clintons, the Carsons, one after another, the Bushes, all of these people promoting war. Look at the destruction of this film. And there's one scene I want you to look in there closely, as women are handing buckets to clear out the junk, and they're filming it. And one dignified woman goes like that to the guy. Yeah, you know what that means? As the whole place is destroyed, when are people going to get it in their minds? Even when it happens, there's only a quiet period until the next generation of madmen get in charge and keep the destruction going. Watch this film. Watch it closely. And by the way, these slaughtered people, and it opens up with a guy on a crutch with one leg, other people riding bicycles, rubble everywhere. They're dressed better than 99% of the Americans that you see in the airports or walking the streets. Where the country was destroyed, they maintain their dignity. We are launching Occupy Peace on September 20th. We need your help to make this happen. Because if we don't do it, you can see where they're leading us. It's down the path to hell. Watch this. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.